What's going on, everybody? If you are wondering whether or not you should invest your time into reading One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, I am here to help you make that determination. I'm going to give you a brief summary of what this book is about, what you can expect. Please be advised that this video does not contain spoilers, so don't let that scare you away. I will make sure that I do not ruin any of the story for you. Every piece of information that I'm about to share with you, you can actually find in the synopsis on the back of the book. But let's get started. If you haven't read Taylor Jenkins Reid, I highly recommend. I love her writing style. She has beautiful diction. The way that she tells a story is incredibly captivating. And I'm not just speaking specifically about One True Loves. I also read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I also thought was fantastic. But circling back to One True Loves, this story I thought was so intriguing, and if I could give it to you in a 5-second nutshell, it is essentially Castaway with Tom Hanks, but told from the female perspective. Our main character is faced with an impossible decision. She has to choose between two people that she loves very severely. So what ends up happening is our main character, Emma, she marries her high school sweetheart. His name is Jesse. Just shy of their anniversary, Jesse heads out for a work trip and his helicopter actually goes down overseas. Jesse is assumed to be dead. Emma grieves for quite some time. She is torn up and devastated by losing the love of her life. She doesn't know how to manage her grief or to move forward, but of course, she eventually does. She finds a new love interest, which is very difficult for her at first, but she finds a new love interest, gets engaged. Before she marries the new love of her life, her original husband, Jesse, comes back. Now Emma is faced with this impossible decision on who she is meant to be with. Who does she want to be with? Who is she supposed to be with? And so the story is really about her trying to decide who is her true love. Are they both her true loves? So very fascinating story. I really loved it. It is a very quick read. It is 327 pages. I flew through it in 3 days, which is actually a very fast pace for me. I'm a typically very slow reader. But it was published in 2016, so I would highly recommend it. My favorite quote is actually about grief. You can find it on page 88. And she says, "You start to understand that grief is chronic, that it's more about remission and relapse than it is about a cure. What that means to you is that you can't simply wait for it to be over. You have to move through it like swimming in an undertow." I don't know why that resonated with me on such a different level, but I never considered grief that way, in that it doesn't necessarily just go away. You're never cured. You never get over it. It is a constant battle to move forward in life when you lose somebody so dear to yourself. And it really is. You relapse often, but you find the strength within to get up and move forward every day. So, should you read this book? I am biased because I have read this book and I loved it. I say absolutely go for it. If it's not for you and you read this book because you saw this video, I'm so sorry. But I really enjoyed it. I hope that it finds a spot on your shelf at some point in time. But thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find me on Instagram. If you would like to hear a full summary of this book, I got you covered there as well. This one is a very popular book. I wouldn't be surprised if it was selected for your book club, book of the month, or whatever clubs you're involved in. So if you find yourself in a pinch where your deadline for book club is swiftly approaching and you have yet to finish this book or even start this book, I have you covered. I'm going to post the link below for an entire summary of this book. So if you have an opportunity or the desire to read it, I say absolutely go for it, but that is your decision to make. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.